Greetings and welcome to another Pokemon 2019 or Pokemon Journeys the Series episode preview discussion. This time, I am talking about the preview for episode 139, which is episode 3 of Aim to be a Pokemon Master. So, let's get to it. In this episode, Ash and Misty will reunite with Brock, who is heartbroken after presumably being rejected repeatedly by several ladies. Namely, in the preview, he is rejected by Nurse Joy and a blonde lady who I think is a new character. Brock is then seen being lured into what appears to be the Gleamwood Tangle by a Hatterene who is referred to by her nickname, the Forest Witch. My guess is that Hatterene might be using its psychic powers to show Brock an illusion of something that he wants to see, namely girls calling out to him. Since Brock ends up lost in the forest, Ash and Misty set out to find him, with the help of none other than Cilan, who returns in this episode. During their search for Brock, they find a frightened Hatterene, who is likely connected to the Hatterene responsible for luring Brock into the forest. The preview then shows a Hattrem attacking Ash and company. This Hattrem is of course also likely connected to Hatterene, though she is clearly in cahoots with Hatterene, unlike Athena. Cilan fights back against Hattrem with his Pansage. The preview ends with Brock using his Steelix to attack Ash, Pikachu, Athena, and Pansage. This is what makes me believe that, courtesy of Hatterene, Brock has to be under some kind of spell, or living some alternate reality due to illusions. Because otherwise, I don't see why he would attack his friends. So that's the preview, but of course, I will now provide my thoughts and analysis on it. First, it is of course great that Brock and Cilan will both return in this episode, and I have to say that it's interesting that they seem to be connected, for lack of a better word, since they both met each other in the first special episode of the Black and White series. Then, in episode 106 of Journeys, they were both revealed to be fans and listeners of Team Rocket's radio show. Then, in episode 132 of Journeys, they were both seen together watching Ash's battle against Leon. And now, they will appear, or rather return, together in the same episode. An episode that will be focused on Brock, with Cilan playing a pivotal role in saving the day. I guess that since they were both male traveling companions of Ash, who are former gym leaders, that Ash first met at their gym for a battle, and that can cook very well, and that were the reasonable, mature, and wise member of the group, they are similar enough, almost parallels of each other, to warrant having them interact and appear together as a combo repeatedly. Also, I said this in my review of episode 132, but back when they first met each other, they did not introduce each other, nor did they learn that Ash is a mutual friend of theirs. I said that these things may no longer be true, since they are watching Ash's battle together. Assuming though that they still don't know each other's name, or that Ash is a friend of both of them, I am sure that this will finally be corrected in this upcoming episode. Finally, for this section, in the previous episode, Ash used a fishing lure that he got from Cilan, and Misty was curious about both the lure and the person that Ash got it from. So it's funny that now, just one episode later, Misty will get to meet Cilan. Second, I wonder where this episode takes place. When Ash parted ways with Go, he was in the Kanto region, and we have only seen Ash walking around without a destination. Therefore, it's safe to assume that he is still in Kanto, which is why it makes sense that he would encounter both Misty and Brock. However, Cilan is not from Kanto, and neither are Hatterene, HATTREM, and Hatterene. Plus, it looks like Hatterene lures Brock to the Gleamwood Tangle, which is of course not in Kanto. So again, I wonder where this episode takes place. Could it take place in the Kanto region and there just so happens to be an area in it, in the anime only of course, that resembles the Gleamwood Tangle, and Cilan is just in Kanto to visit and get to know the region, or because he has something to do, and Hatterene, HATTREM, and Hatterene are in Kanto because Pokemon, both in the games and in the anime, can appear in a region that they are not native to or originally from. Or is it possible that this episode takes place in the Galar region? Ash and Misty got on a plane soon after they decided to travel together in the previous episode, and Brock just so happens to be in Galar as a tourist or because he has something to do. With the same, of course, being true for Cilan as well. I think that the former is more likely. Still, there is no denying that based on this preview, the setting of this episode is not clear and it's up for debate. Third, Hatterene is one of my favorite Pokemon from Generation 8, and I do love its two pre-evolutions as well. So I am glad that we will get to see all three of them play a key role in an episode, especially since this will be Hatherene's first appearance in the anime. And while we have seen HATTREM and Hatterene in the anime before, they did not get to do much. Their role was not significant. Now, speaking of Hatterene, could Ash catch her, since she seems to be quite attached to him here? Well, like I said in my preview discussion for the previous episode with regards to Clauncher, I seriously doubt that Ash will catch a new Pokemon at this point apart from Latias, especially when said new Pokemon, as is the case with Hatterene, has to evolve twice. So, as cool as it would be for Ash to catch her, I don't see it happening. But what about HATTREM and Hatterene? Well, it's more likely, since one needs to evolve only once, while the other is fully evolved. But again, this late in the game, I don't see Ash catching a new Pokemon that is not Latias. Plus, unlike with Hatterene, Ash likely won't bond/interact with HATTREM and Hatterene. Now, what about Brock or Cilan catching one of them? Well, it's possible. Brock especially could catch Hatterene. But it's impossible for me to accurately predict this based just on this preview. So we will just have to wait and see. Also, I excluded Misty from this because the Pokemon in question are not water-type Pokemon. Finally, judging by the previews for this series, the information we currently know about this series, the opening for this series, and the fact that Misty decided to travel with Ash again, it's clear that Brock will also travel with Ash again. So the OG trio will get to travel together once more. But what about Cilan then? My guess is that he won't be joining the group, since not only does all the evidence we have point in this direction, but him joining the group would also disrupt the intention of this series, which is to call back to the OG series, where Ash traveled with only Misty and Brock. So while it is unfortunate and odd, since you would think that Cilan would also be eager to join the group, he likely will go his own way at the end of this episode after bidding farewell to Ash, Misty, and Brock. But yeah, that's everything I have for you in this video. While I am not super excited for this episode, I am still looking forward to it. Even if only just to see Brock and Cilan again, and to see Hatterene, Hattrem, and Hatterene in action. This episode will air on January 27. As usual, once the episode airs, I will post a review of it as soon as possible, both on YouTube and on Instagram. So please look forward to them. But that's the video, as always. Leave your own thoughts down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and would like to see more like it, then please consider subscribing to my channel. I love Pokemon and I love making videos on both the anime and the games. Also, please consider clicking the links on screen so that you can check out more videos like this right away. Thank you very much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.